Hey, it's your boy Michael Knight here, bringing you another exciting episode from the Street Stories NYC series. Tonight, our story is taken from the book Rikers Island, and our characters are Craig and Robin. Craig and Robin had robbed 10 stores all around the tri-state area. People were calling them Bonnie and Clyde by the time they got caught. When they got to central booking, it was like they were celebrities. People were standing outside taking pictures and screaming out all kinds of things from, "I love you, Robin," to, "I want to have your baby, Craig." It wasn't quite the same when they got inside Rikers, though. Robin went to Rosie's house and Craig went to the men's house. A lot of the guys had questions for Craig about how he did the robberies, and the other guys just wanted to give him a beatdown just to say they jacked the Bonnie and Clyde team. The women were about the same towards Robin. Some wanted to beat her up and the others wanted to sleep with her. The first day, both of them were called out to their lawyers and each one was advised to blame it on the partner. Craig was supposed to say that he was under her spell and he couldn't help himself because he was so much in love, and Robin was supposed to say that he forced her. Oddly enough, the videos showed that they were having a blast and that they were both acting in concert. They both refused to testify against each other, and they agreed to take their chances with the jury. People were sending in letters by the barrelful. The people loved them. People felt that they were two poor kids from broken homes that fell in love and just got caught up in something that they couldn't control. They made sure never to hurt anyone in the robberies, and at some places they were even seen throwing money out of the windows while making their escape. Now, the district attorney was an up-and-coming prosecutor, and he had his mind made up that he was going to throw the book at these two kids. An example had to be made so that other kids wouldn't feel that crime was something to be taken romantically. Craig began to worry about Robin as the days dragged on, because he knew that she was really a mild-mannered girl, and she truly did love him, and that's why she went along with the whole thing, even though she might have enjoyed it. Craig asked if he could go to the church service that evening, and the preacher touched on something about sin. He told them that if they do something in front of a weaker brother or sister that causes the brother or sister to sin or to be made weak or to die, then it's their fault when something bad happens to that person. Sometimes if you try something like a cigarette or liquor or robbing a store and you get away with it, someone else might be encouraged to try it too, and their luck might not be as good as yours. Craig was pricked in his heart as the preacher spoke. What have I done, he thought. How could I have been such a fool to do this to myself and to Robin? And to make it worse, the inmates that didn't like him came and told him that the women in the women's house were having a ball with Robin. He told Craig that they had turned Robin out and she was just a piece of meat now. The next day, Craig contacted the district attorney and asked him for Robin and himself to be put in protective custody. He told them that if he and Robin could meet for a few minutes, that they would tell where the money they had stolen was hidden and that they would make full confessions. The DA agreed, and when Craig got in the room with Robin, he almost broke down in tears. She had a black eye and her hair looked like it had been ripped out from different spots on her head. They were allowed to embrace for a minute, and then Craig whispered something in her ear. They looked deeply into each other's eyes and kissed and embraced one more time. They made a complete confession and divulged the location of the stashed money. They were both taken back to protective custody to await the final arrangements. Their confession was televised that night, and they warned young people not to follow in their footsteps. They warned them that it was not like in the movies. Both of them made a deal with the DA, and they weren't really going to do much time after that. The next morning when the guards went into each of their cells, Craig lay in a large pool of blood, and when they got to Robin's cell, it was the same thing. Both lay in a pool of blood with their wrists cut and a small puncture in their jugular vein to ensure success at death. On the walls were the words written, "I love you forever." The public outcry was one of sympathy for the two lovers. It's rumored that there will be a movie made about them in the coming year by early spring. Lots of big stars are lining up for the starring roles. Hey, here's your boy Michael Knight here again. Thanks again for listening. Hope you enjoyed Rikers Island, Craig and Robin. Make sure to go on the website, streetstoriesnyc.com. Download an ebook. There's 44 books in the series at this time. Also, they're available on Amazon, iTunes, and Barnes & Noble. You can download the book anytime, especially streetstoriesnyc.com. You can also watch some of the stories, also the other stories. Thanks again.